Hey everyone, Sam Evans here and welcome to this training module called Tracking Swans and the Polaris Star. So in this module, I'm going to show you exactly how to set up your tracking system so that you can track what happens with the people that click on your Facebook ads. So when you follow this module from start to finish, you'll be able to set up all of the tracking systems, including Google Tag Manager, Facebook custom conversions, and really be able to test all of that stuff. And then you'll be able to know what happens to people after they click on your Facebook ad. So when someone clicks on your Facebook ad, does that person end up opting in for your value video? Do they end up applying for a strategy session? Do they end up doing any of that stuff? Well, this video will show you how you can track their user behavior from the Facebook platform where they click all the way through to the end where they end up on the phone with you. So this is an extremely important step in the Facebook advertising process, so make sure you pay close attention. So let's get started. So here's what we're going to cover in today's training. We're going to start off with a quick overview of how we govern with numbers and the Polaris Star. And then we're going to discuss assembling the ARC and blueprints for a watertight tracking system. So I'm going to discuss the limitations that Facebook has out of the box. When you just install or when you just open or create a brand new Facebook advertising account, it can't track a lot of stuff. It has a lot of leaks in it. And this is really an issue. So I'm going to show you what those issues are and how we can fix them and show you really the blueprint for it. And then we're actually going to jump in and get our hands dirty, and we're going to set this thing up. So I'm going to show you step by step on my screen. I'm going to go through and do it myself. I've got a brand new Facebook account open, and I'm going to show you step by step how to do all of this. So step one is installing Google Tag Manager. I'm going to show you how to do that, what Google Tag Manager is, and how to verify it's installed correctly. Step two is setting up Facebook custom conversions. Going to explain what they are, why you need them, show you step by step how to set them up, and verify that they're working. And then step three, I'm going to show you how to thoroughly test your tracking system, end to end. With a tracking system, it's absolutely useless if we don't test it. And it's kind of funny because it's like a system to help us test, but if we don't test the testing system, then it can't test. So it's very important that we do that. So this is an extremely important step. While it is pretty simple, and while this video is going to be pretty short and straight to the point, it is so important. Without tracking, we have absolutely no idea what we're doing. So please make sure you watch this one slowly, carefully, and make sure you implement it correctly. So let's jump right into it. So at this stage of the Facebook ads training, you've got your ad and audience hypothesis ready for live market testing. But before we go live with our Facebook ads, we need a way to track everything so that we know whether our ads are working or not. And this module is going to show you how to do exactly that. So let's get to work. And the first piece we're going to cover is governing with numbers and the Polaris Star. So as you know, with Facebook ads, numbers are everything. We use them to really navigate our path and know where we're going. And the Polaris Star is the most important number of all, and that's the nickname that we give to ROI. ROI really is our true north. It's how we, navigate our path and, know where we're going. Without ROI and the Polaris Star, we really have no idea what's going on. So this stuff is extremely important. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Knowing your numbers is everything when it comes to Facebook ads. And without accurate numbers, you may as well be driving blind. And we've covered numbers, KPIs, and benchmarks, etc. in the playbook for a new Epic module. That was earlier on in this week's training. So if in this week's training, week 5. So if you haven't watched that in full, then please go back and watch that now, because you're not really going to understand what we're going to be doing in this module here. This entire program is designed to be completed step by step, sequentially, one video after the other, and it doesn't really make sense sometimes when you skip around. But just so it's fresh in your head, here's the vital numbers that we need to be aware of. And here's our paid client attraction method, or our fragmentation funnel. This is the entire step from end to end. So someone someone sees our ad on the Facebook platform and they click on it, and then they come to our landing page. And then when they're on our landing page, they look at the copy and they decide whether they want to opt in for our value video or not. Then if they opt in for the value video by giving us their email address, then they will be able to see the value video. They'll be able to watch it in full. And then at the end of the value video, if they're interested, they'll be able to take us up on our offer and apply for a free strategy session. And to do that, they first of all have to schedule using Schedule Once into our calendar, and then after that they have to complete a survey, a brief survey giving us some information. Then after they complete that survey, they go to a success page and it says, "Thanks, we'll see you on the call," and then we get a notification, we see the time they've scheduled and everything, and we verify their application. If they look like they're a good fit, we leave it. If they're not a good fit, then we'd cancel their application. And then assuming they're a good fit, we would show up to the call on time and we'd give the person a call, and then we'd take them through the call using our alchemic conversion script. And then the person's either going to buy or they're going to not buy. And if they buy, they obviously become a customer. And that is our entire process end to end. And as you can see up above in these sort of question box or quotation boxes, you can see the different numbers. So we've got a Facebook ad click-through rate of 0.5 to 1% at a cost of $1 to $3 cost per click. Then a 20% landing page conversion rate, 5% value video conversion rate, an 80% show-up rate, and a 20% call conversion rate at the end. And all of these numbers are crucially important. You know, if any of these numbers are really out of whack, then it can make this entire campaign break down and the entire process become unprofitable. We can actually lose money. And, you know, when it works right, we can make a lot of money. I've made millions with this. But when it's wrong, it won't work, and actually worse, it will actually lose you money. So these numbers are extremely important. It's not just about building the funnel, it's about building it and then testing it and making sure all the numbers align correctly. And to keep track of these, we use our paid attraction metrics spreadsheet. And this is available for download beneath this video in the resources section. And we covered it in the playbook for a new epic video earlier in this week's training. However, I'll open it up on my screen just to show you what it looks like. So you can download it, open it with Excel, click this link here, open it in Google Docs. So on this first page, we've got our performance dashboard, and it shows us all of the average student benchmarks. And these are the numbers that you should be aiming for. If you can get your numbers within these benchmarks here, then it means that your campaign is profitable. If any of your numbers are outside of these benchmarks, it means that you need to pull them into line in order to make it profitable. So on the front page, we've got the benchmarks, and then you've got month 1, month 2, month 3 on these tabs down the bottom, and this is where you track your ad's performance day to day. And as you can see, it crunches these numbers for us. This spreadsheet has some built-in algorithms and things, and it can crunch all of these numbers and tell us our metrics, and then we can compare our metrics to the student benchmarks. And so it's a very powerful tracking sheet. And if you want a full explanation of how this thing works and how to use it and everything, we'll go and watch the playbook for a new epic video earlier on in this week's training, because that is where we explained it in full detail. And also we provide you with another PDF, or actually one's a spreadsheet and the other is a PDF, like a cheat sheet, and it looks like this. And it's basically just a reminder of what our funnel looks like and what the different conversion numbers should be at each stage of the process. And so here it says knowing your numbers and KPIs. So knowing your numbers is everything with Facebook ads. Without them, you are driving blind. And we cover this in detail in the playbook for a new epic module. And the two resources to refer to when it comes to Facebook advertising KPIs are paid attraction metrics, the spreadsheet which I just showed you, and paid attraction funnel math, which is a PDF. Now, both of these are available for download in the resources section beneath this video. Now, it's all very well knowing what our numbers and KPIs should be, but how do we actually track them? You know, it's all very well like having a spreadsheet and stuff, but how do we actually get this data? How do we get the numbers? And how do we get the data? And this is what I call assembling the arc, and it's blueprints for a watertight tracking system. So out of the box, Facebook's advertising platform has some leaks in it. It's great at tracking all events that happen on the Facebook platform itself, like people clicking, people liking, you know, people not clicking. Like it gives us very accurate metrics on click-through rate, on cost per click, on all of that stuff. It's got very razor-sharp, accurate numbers for that. But its limitation is that it can't track anything that happens off the platform. You know, of course it can track what users are doing on Facebook, but how can it track what users are doing off Facebook and on our website and going through our funnels? How can it get access to that information? You know, this is a limitation that Facebook has out of the box. And here's our paid client attraction metrics again. And here I'm circling the only thing that really Facebook is good at tracking out of the box, which is just Facebook ads and whether people click on them or not, what our click-through rate is and that sort of stuff. And all of these other sections, Facebook out of the box cannot track. It can't do any of this. And out of the box, Facebook tracking doesn't work for us, and we need to add some things to it. And once modified, Facebook's leaky tracking system becomes a watertight arc. Now let's discuss blueprints for a watertight tracking system. So I've explained what it is, why we need it, why it's important, how it interrelates with our numbers and our KPIs and all of that, so we know why it's important. And now let's discuss how to actually do it. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to walk you through step by step. I'm going to show you on my screen how to do all three of these steps. So first up, step 1 is installing the Google Tag Manager. Step 2 is setting up Facebook custom conversions. And then step 3 is testing your tracking system to make sure everything is working well and tracking everything. So 3 steps, and we're going to go through them now. Now don't worry if you don't know what any of these are. I'm going to explain them in detail as we go through each one. So let's get to work. Step 1, setting up Google Tag Manager. So Google Tag Manager is a container that we place on all of the pages on your website and funnel. And we place the container there, and then we can inject or remove any code snippets we want to it any time from one place instead of having to log into multiple platforms and pages, etc. So basically this is a really good innovation by Google, and it's totally free, and it saves us a huge amount of time. Before Google Tag Manager, people had to log into so many different things, and it was honestly a nightmare. Like, I remember the days of having to track pixels and different things without Google Tag Manager, and it was horrific. But with Google Tag Manager, it is really easy. And I'm going to show you how to set it up step by step right now. So step number 2 is to create a free Google Tag Manager account here. And the link to go to is consulting.com/tag-manager. Link is on the screen right now. And when you go to that, I'll show you what it looks like. It will look like this. So you go to consulting.com/tag-manager, and you'll see it looks like this. It's totally free, so all you need to do is go up here and click on sign up for free. Now, because I'm already logged in with my Gmail account, it says up here, it hasn't asked me to do all of that stuff. But if it's asking you to create an account or whatever, then you can go through that process. Otherwise, if you've already got a Gmail account, then it will be very simple. It'll just automatically take you to this step, which says set up account. Now, you want to name your account whatever your company is called. So let's just say that my company is called Sam Ovens Demo LLC. And then it says share data anonymously with Google and others. I mean, that is totally up to you, whether you want to do that or not. I'm going to just not do it. Go continue. And then it says set up container name. So I would just call this one the name of my website. So let's say mine is called samovensdemo.com. And it says where to use your container. You just go web, create. Then you just accept these terms. And voila, we have our Google Tag Manager set up. So I'm just going to refer back to our instructions. So that is step number 2, create a free Google Tag Manager account. Step 3 says find your tracking code and then copy paste it into the body tracking code section for all of your funnels within ClickFunnels. So here is the tracking code. So what I can do here is I can grab this, we'll start with the body code, and then you can just go Control C or Apple C to copy that. Then you want to go and log into your ClickFunnels account. And in here you should see all of your different funnels and everything. So we're going to start off with your website. And you click on that here. And it will take you in to your funnel and or your website, and it will show you all of the different pages here. Now instead of installing this code manually on every single page individually, which would be a tedious task, we just click on settings up here, top right, and then you can see it says body tracking code. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop Apple V or Control V, paste that code there. You can see it's in. Then I'm going to click back to Google Tag Manager, and I'm going to get this header code. Copy paste, and I'm going to drop it in the head tracking code. Just like that. Right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit save, scroll right down to the bottom and hit save and update settings. And boom, just like that we have it installed. Now I'll go back to my instructions. Then step 4, once you've installed the tracking code on all of your funnels, make sure that you verify it's installed successfully using Google Tag Manager's preview tool. And so what we do is we go back to Google Tag Manager and we click on OK here. And now Google Tag Manager has this tool over here called Preview. So we hit Preview. And it says now previewing workspace. So what we want to do now is we really want to test whether it's successfully installed or not. So we go to our ClickFunnels account and then we launch our home page, for example, which is, in my case, it's samovensdemo.com/home. So I'm just going to launch that. And you can see it loaded here. And if it loaded like this, and it popped up on my screen, and you can see it says quick preview, this means that the Google Tag Manager code was installed successfully. And it says there are no tags in the container because right now we've just inserted the container and no contents within the container. So we've just got an empty container there. So I can see it's on the home page, but I'm also going to check like the contact page. It's there too, blog page. It's there too. All right, it's on all of those different pages. Perfect. So now I can quit out of that. And now what we want to do is I've successfully installed it on my website page, but now I need to install it on my fragmentation funnel pages. Because when I installed it there, all it did was install it for that funnel. But now I need to install it for this fragmentation funnel. So I'm going to click on that. Then I'm going to go to settings. And then I'm going to go back to Tag Manager here. And to see your tracking code, you can just click on your GTM thing up here. So I click on that. And I grab the head code first. Copy that in, drop it in the head. Then I'm going to grab my body code, drop it in the body. Then scroll right down to the bottom, save and update settings. Voila. Now I'm still in Google preview mode here, the Tag Manager preview mode. So I'm going to launch the start of this fragmentation funnel and see if it's loading successfully here. So I'm going to click this. And sometimes you need to just do a refresh, and it's not working. So I'm just going to make sure that we definitely are in preview. So I'm going to leave preview mode, okay. Then I'm going to turn preview mode back on. Then I'm just going to verify that it actually got installed here. So this worked here. Alright, so now I'm just going to make sure I got the right code in here. So I'm going to make sure this is the head. And make sure that this is the body. Then I'm going to scroll down, hit save and update settings. Then I'm going to launch this page here. Alright, now we're working. Perfect. Sometimes when you test things like this, it can be a bit fiddly because it relies on pixels, and sometimes different pixels don't fire because websites get cached and different things. So typically you just need to refresh it a couple of times and try it again and check the process. It is totally normal to have a few small hiccups like that when you're going through. And then what you want to do is you want to test the different pages for your funnel. So you want to test the video page, you want to test the schedule page, you want to test survey page, success page, you want to test all of these different things and make sure that the Tag Manager code is working there. So now that I've done that, I'm going to stay in preview mode here, and I'm going to go back to my instructions. So once you've installed the tracking code on all of your funnels, make sure that you verify it's installed successfully using Google Tag Manager's preview tool. If it's on all of your pages, then you're good to go. And so it looks like I'm done with this and everything is set up correctly, which is perfect. Now step 2, setting up Facebook custom conversions. So Facebook custom conversions are unique tracking events we create so that we can track user behavior outside of the Facebook platform and report it back to Facebook for tracking and reporting purposes. And so what we can do here is we can track custom events off the Facebook platform. So out of the box, Facebook can track, clicks, likes, all of that stuff. However, when we want to start tracking things like opt-ins, like who's actually entering their email, and strategy session applications, like who's actually applying for a strategy session, well, in that case, we need to create some custom conversions. And this process is how you do that. So step 2. Log into your Facebook Business Manager account by going to business.facebook.com. The link's on the page. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And it should look like this. However, yours will just, you'll have all of your different accounts here. Now, once we've done that, from within the Business Manager, create a new pixel. So we go back to our Business Manager. And what we want to do is we want to click on Business Settings here. And then what we want to do is we want to hover over here and we want to go down to Pixels. And then what we want to do is we want to go ahead over here and click on Create a Facebook Pixel. and then you choose a name for your pixel. So I'm just going to call this one Sam Ovens Demo Pixel. So you might call yours, you might call yours, if your company is called Bob Jones, then you might call yours Bob Jones Pixel, right? And then you make sure that you agree to the Facebook pixel terms, and you go next. And then it says that it's created this pixel. Now what you want to do is just click continue. And the first thing we want to do is we want to add ourselves. We want to assign an ad account. So I'm going to click here, assign ad accounts, and then I'm going to click on the ad account which I'm using for this demo, which is called consulting.com Inc. number 3. However, you would just choose your number 1 ad account. I'm going to click Save Changes, and that's going to give that ad account access to this pixel. Now, once you've done that, and it's really important to set your pixel up from your business manager, because this way it gives you the ability to give this pixel to any of your other ad accounts. So let's say one of your ad accounts gets banned. Let's say that we don't want it to happen, but let's say it does. Let's say consulting.com Inc. 3 gets banned. Well, it kind of sucks, but all I need to do is click on assign ad account and assign one of my other backup accounts, and then bam, I'm back in business and I haven't lost any of my data because all my data is saved on this pixel. And they just shut down my ad account, not my pixel. So it's not the end of the world. That's why we create those backup accounts and use the Facebook Business Manager. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to quit out of here and go back to this main screen, business.facebook.com, and then I'm going to click into my ad account. You're going to click into your number 1 ad account. This is a brand new fresh account. So I'm going to click out of here. I'm going to hover over Ads Manager, click on that. And then I'm going to click on Pixels here. And this is going to show my pixel. And it's probably going to say no activity yet. So what you want to do here is you want to click on this pixel and then click on Set Up Pixel. And then you want to go, it says here that Facebook Pixel currently integrates with Google Tag Manager and everything. So this is pretty good, so we can click on this. And then we click on Google Tag Manager. And then we can click on Quick Install. Then we select our account. We can go Allow. Then we select our Google Tag Manager account. Then we select our container, which would be our website. Then we've got our pixel here. Then we click Next, and then we click Publish. And then it says your Facebook pixel was published to Google Tag Manager. Awesome, so now we can click out of this, quit. And now we want to hover back over Ads Manager, click on Pixels, and then just going to refresh this. So now it's saying that it is active here. I'm going to go back to our instructions. So we've created our new pixel, step 3, then step 4. Once you've created your new pixel, place it inside your tag manager and set it to fire on all pages, which is what we did. And then step 5, verify your Facebook pixel is correctly installed using the preview tool in Google Tag Manager. So now what we want to do is head over to Google Tag Manager and verify that this was all installed correctly. So we go back here, and then you want to go down and click on Tags in the left-hand column. And you'll see here it should have added something called Pixel Base Code, Custom HTML. It should be firing on all pages. This is correct, and it should have been done recently. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on this, and I can see that this is installed correctly. This all looks good and is firing on all pages. Now all I'm going to do is just rename this pixel. It's just a good practice because pixel base code doesn't really tell me anything, and it can lead to troubles later on down the path. So I'm going to call this one Facebook. I'm going to call it Facebook Smart Pixel. And I'm going to hit save, and now it's renamed. Now I'm going to hit submit because I made a change here and I need to publish this change. So we name the version, and I'm just going to call this one Facebook Pixel Name Change. Then I'm just going to use the same for a description. And then publish to environment live, and it's just going to rename this. Then I hit publish, and then boom, it's published it. Then what I want to do is click back on workspace here, and then I'm just going to refresh this preview mode, and you want to make sure that you're in preview mode. If you're not in preview mode, it'll look like this. It'll look normal. You won't have this orange thing here. To launch the preview mode, you just click this preview button, and it'll look like this. Now what we want to do is make sure that this Facebook pixel that we've got here in this tag is actually on our website and our funnels. So we're going to start by looking at our website in ClickFunnels. So I'm going to find that, and it's called Consulting Website here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this URL, and here Google Tag Manager pops up and it says tags fired on this page, Facebook Smart Pixel, and it fired one time. Perfect. That is just what we want to see. Exactly that. Then I'm going to try, contact page, boom, firing. Blog page, firing. Perfect. Now what I want to do is I want to test, that's my website, but now I want to test that it's actually working on my funnel. So I'm going to go down to I'm going to click on my fragmentation funnel. And then I'm going to make sure that it's working on this URL here for the landing page. Boom, and it's fired on this. Perfect. Then what you want to do is you want to check on all of your other funnel pages. You want to check on your video page, your schedule page, your survey page, your success page. Make sure that Google Tag Manager is firing there, and then within Google Tag Manager that Facebook pixel is firing. So I'm going to go back to our instructions. So once you've verified that your pixel is correctly installed using the preview tool in Google Tag Manager, perfect. Now we can go to step 6, which is to create 2 custom conversions called value video opt-in and survey application. So to do this, we go to business.facebook.com, and it will look like this. Then what we do is we click on our ad account. Yours should be your #1 ad account. Then you want to hover over Ads Manager. Then you want to hover over All Tools. And then you want to find Custom Conversions. And I'm just going to find that. Custom Conversions here under Measure and Report. And then you want to click on Create Custom Conversions. Now what we're doing here is we're creating that custom event that we want to track. And there are 2 of them. One, if we look back to our instructions, was called Value Video Opt-in, and the other one called Survey Application. So we'll start with Value Video Opt-in. Now if somebody is going to opt in for our value video, then they're going to do it on the landing page, which looks like this. They're going to enter in their email here, and then if they enter in their email successfully, then they're going to come to our video page. So what we really want to do is we want to make sure that people are landing on this video page. So we want to check what our URL for this page is. Oops, I shouldn't have clicked on edit here. I just click on settings here, and the path is samovansdemo.com/video. All right, and you can also see it from publishing here, samovansdemo.com/video. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy paste this, and then I'm going to go to the ads manager here, and URL contains, and I want to just have samovansdemo.com/video. You don't want to have any of that other stuff before it. So just samovansdemo.com/video. No www, no HTTP, no HTTPS, nothing. Just your domain name.com/ and then video. And then that's it. URL contains. And then for the category, you want to select lead, like that from the drop-down list. Then you want to click next. Then we're naming this one, and it's called value video opt-ins. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to set a conversion value, and we're just going to enter 1. And it just helps, this isn't a conversion value for money, but this just helps it track, it helps it track more accurately when we put a value in here. So it's for no reporting purposes at all, just that. Then we click on create, and it says you created the custom conversion value video opt-ins. Then we click done. And now you can see that this is done correctly here. Perfect. Now you'll see that it says that there's no activity yet. This is totally fine. We're going to check this later on. If we go back to our instructions, the next one is to create one called survey application. So what we do is we click on create custom conversion, and this time if we go to our funnel, if somebody is going to fill out the survey, it's going to be on the survey page, and if they do that, then they're going to land on the success page. So if we want to track whether someone's completed the survey or not, we want to track the success page, because the only way to get to the success page is by completing the survey page. So we go back here and we put the URL contains our domain name.com/success, and then no www, no HTTP, no HTTPS, just that. Then this time we select a category, and we want to call it complete registration. And then we want to click on next. And then the name for this custom conversion we are going to call survey applications. Pretty sure that's what it was called, just double check. Survey application. Then we want to set a conversion value, and we want to set it as 1, just like before. Then we click create. Boom, done. So now we have 2 custom conversions created, value video opt-ins and survey application. And we can see this here, no activity yet for both of them. Now we go back to our instructions. So once this is done, awesome, you can move on to the next step. And this is step 3, testing your tracking system. So now that you have installed Google Tag Manager and set up your Facebook pixel and custom conversions, it's time to thoroughly test everything to ensure that it's watertight. And this step in the process is absolutely vital. Like I said, the reason why we have a tracking system is so that we can track things. But if we don't test our tracking system, then it pretty much defeats the entire purpose of everything. So it's so important that we test it, otherwise everything we test from here is not tested. So this is really at the root of everything. So step 2. At this stage, I'm assuming you've completed steps 1 and 2 and verified your Tag Manager and your Google Tag Manager and Facebook Pixel is installed correctly. And you should have verified both of these things using the preview tool within Google Tag Manager. And if you haven't done this, go back to steps 1 and 2 and do it now. And by steps 1 and 2, I mean, this here, setting up Google Tag Manager, all of this, and this here, setting up Facebook custom conversions. Should have done both of these start to finish and checked it. Now, I'm assuming you've done that before I proceed on to the next steps. If you haven't, make sure you do it right now. So step 3, testing the value video opt-in event. So this is where we make sure that the custom conversion events that we created are actually firing. So what we want to do is we want to go to the value video page using our browser and then refresh the page and check that this conversion event has a green light and is marked as active. So I'll show you how we do this. So value video opt-ins, you can see here, this is going to track if we go to this URL, samothersdemo.com/video, or whatever your one is. So what we're going to do is we're going to paste this into our browser, hit enter, and I can see that this fired. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it a refresh, Apple R or Control R, because sometimes you need to do that, and I can see that this tag fired successfully. The Facebook Smart Pixel fired 1 time. Perfect. So now if I go back to, and I'll just assume you're coming from the Business Manager, you click on your ad account number 1, hover over Ads Manager here, go down, click on under Measure and Report, Custom Conversions, and you can see that my value video opt-in is marked as active, and you can see received in the last hour. It's green. This means that this worked and it tracked successfully. It just tracked what I did. Perfect. So that is step 1, because we can see here it says check that this conversion event has a green light and is marked as active. This is done. Step 4, testing the survey application event. So you want to go to the survey success page using your browser and refresh the page and check that this conversion event has a green light and is marked as active. So again, what we do is we find our survey application success page here, which is /success. We copy this, and then we go to this page in our browser. And we can see it said tags fired on this page, Facebook Smart Pixel. Well, now what I'm going to do is just give it a refresh, just to make sure it's definitely loaded. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to refresh this page here. And voila, just like that. Now you can see a green light next to both of them. So I set all of this stuff up live with you guys watching just to show you that it is really simple. You've just got to be methodical and thorough. You've got to work through step by step and check everything. It's no place for somebody who's got a head all over the place. You need to just be methodical and work through step by step. And then once we've done that, awesome, we can go to the next part. And once you've completed all 3 steps and tested everything is working correctly, congratulations, you have assembled the arc. And now you can track your KPIs and navigate your path with the Polaris star. So what I mean by this is now when we're running our ads, we can trust that our KPIs are going to be accurate because we tested everything and we've installed a thorough tracking system, and we're also able to use our Polaris star, which is our true north, and that is our ROI. The most important thing in all of advertising, return on investment, and that's why we call it the Polaris star. So congratulations on completing this module. Hopefully you've followed with me step by step through the whole thing and set everything up and verified everything is working. Once you've done this, awesome. The next step is to create our ads and really launch them into Facebook. So we've already got our ads ready, we've already got our audiences ready, we've got our tracking system ready. I know it seems like a big process, but we're really laying the groundwork here and all of the foundational stuff for the success that is to come. And that's the way we want to do it. We don't just want to rush into Facebook, screw everything up, and then make a mess of everything. We want to go through it methodically, and we want to make sure we're setting the foundations correctly. So congratulations on getting to this point in the Facebook ads training, and I look forward to seeing you in the next module right now. Thanks for watching.